step one. Let's write our names on the paper. We got Ms. Grabacik. The space is not big enough.
Room over here.
Ms. Shaw and Ms. Schumann. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Roll my dice here. All right, I rolled a 6. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna fill in my little dice block here. 6 for the first. I've got a 6 for the second. And I've got a 5 for the third roll. So it looks like I'm going to draw a prediction about one of the conflicts. All right, I'm going to choose to draw my prediction about Enrique not being able to reach his mother.
Quite a conflict.
I know, he's right there along the border, but now he doesn't know where to go if he makes it across. All right.
So while you're working on that drawing, Ms. Shaw,
I'm gonna roll. All right, my first roll, I got a 2. My second roll, I got a 1. And my third roll, I got a 4. So I am going to write a visualization of one of the settings from Chains.
which setting will you choose?
I think I'm going to choose a setting from the last time that we read, which is when Isabel is running through the streets of New York City. So when I'm like visualizing that setting in my mind, I'm thinking of the fact that it's really crowded, it's really chaotic, and the streets are really muddy. So I'm going to go ahead and write out my visualization while Ms. Grabacik works.
Great. Oh gosh. What is it? Is it a 3?
Careful with those
It's a
rolls.
3.
All right, 3, 4.
So you learned from your mistake.
I did learn from my mistake.
Excellent.
And 1. So that is, discuss a connection to a character. Okay, I can connect with Bod, with what happened last in this story. So I'm just gonna write some little notes and then I'll film my discussion on my iPad.
That sounds fun.
So let's see.
Right. So, well, I have mine ready. So I'm going to go ahead. In my first box here, I'm going to put my name on this line. And then I have, my prediction is that Enrique is going to make it across the Rio Grande into Texas. But when he gets there, again, he still hasn't been able to reach his mom because he doesn't have any money. And so he is just going to end up in Texas going, okay, what do I do now? And possibly end up just having to continue to beg or try and find work.
He looks very perplexed.
He is, all of those questions.
All right, so I finished writing out my description of the setting. So I added in that the fact that like Isabel also encounters a bunch of horses and soldiers and sailors in the streets of New York City, and she hears lots of different things. So like she hears cannons being fired in the background, she hears like blacksmiths hammering, and she hears the sound of the river nearby. So I've written that on my sticky note, and I'm going to place it.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so I'm going to discuss my connection to Bod wanting to go to school. So he's lived in a graveyard for most of his life, and as like strange as it sounds, living in a small town is kind of like living in a graveyard. You just like see the same people all the time, and so when I went to college, it was sort of like Bod's quest to get out into the world and learn more. He always wants to learn new things, and that's how I felt when I was finally ready to get out of my small town. So that's my text to self connection to Bod. Oh, but what do I need to write on my sticky note?
I would write what you talked
What
about.
I talked about. Okay.
Yeah, you took some notes before.
So discussed my text to self connection to bad.
And what was the app that you used to film yourself?
Flipgrid. All right. And all right, Miss Kravachik. We should get a close-up of our beautiful work here. Of course, we're going to keep going because we want to fill it up. You're recording the ceiling.
I am.
Don't want to do that. So this was Ms. Schumann's prediction about a conflict that she drew. Here's Ms. Shaw's visualization about the setting, which she wrote. And this is my notes on my discussion about my connection to a character, which was Bod. Enjoy.